Good morning. Good morning to our distinguished guests, our educators, and colleagues. I am Dr. Thea Lopez Parrish. I'm the Chief of the Specialized Content, Innovation, and Instructional Leadership Division, and I'm excited to welcome you to the 2026 DoDEA Teacher of the Year ceremony. Today is a celebration of excellence, education, dedication, and the transformative power of teaching. Today, we gather to honor the educators who go above and beyond every single day to shape the minds and hearts of our military-connected students across the globe. The Department of Defense Education Activity Teacher of the Year program is more than an award. It's a recognition of those who exemplify professionalism, innovation, and a deep commitment to student success. These teachers are not only experts in their fields, but they also build bridges between classrooms and communities, fostering cultures of respect, collaboration, and lifelong learning. Today, we celebrate our own heroes, those who teach in classrooms from Germany to Japan, Puerto Rico to South Korea, and everywhere in between. These educators represent the very best of DoDEA, and their stories remind us why teaching is not just a profession, it's a calling. So let's take a moment to applaud their achievements. Thank you all so much for being here, and we will begin our celebration with an introduction of our distinguished guest. Please join me in welcoming Mr. William G. Fitzhugh, performing the duties of Assistant Secretary of War for Manpower and Reserve Affairs. We are deeply grateful to you for joining us this morning to celebrate the educators who serve our military communities. Let's have a round of applause for Mr. Fitzhugh. I also have the honor this morning of inviting our DoDEA Chief Academic Officer, Dr. Jamie Linton, to kick off today's event with the DoDEA Teacher Leadership Pinning Ceremony.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you, Dr. Lopez Parrish. It is a joy to be here with our incredible teacher leaders today, to recognize your achievements, to elevate your voices, and to honor your leadership. At DoDEA, we hold a deep belief in the power of teacher leadership. DoDEA defines teacher leadership as the process by which teachers, individually or collectively, influence their colleagues, principals, and other members of the school community to improve teaching and learning practices with the aim of increased student learning and achievement. This definition reflects the very essence of what we celebrate this morning. As teacher leaders, you are change agents. You lead with generosity, shaping the culture of learning in your schools, mentoring your peers, and driving continuous improvement across DoDEA. To honor and support the vital role you play, we are proud to offer the Teacher Leadership Program. It's a 2-year cohort-based initiative grounded in the National Network of State Teachers of the Year Teacher Leader Model Standards. This program invites you, our District Teachers of the Year, and our district teacher leaders to engage in a transformative journey of professional growth, leadership development, and strategic action. We know the impact a single teacher can have on a student. We've all experienced that, the impact of a great teacher. The collective impact of the teacher leaders in this room is wide-reaching and long-lasting. Through our teacher leadership program, we strive to showcase and expand the impact of exceptional teachers. Through this program, the teacher leaders receive targeted professional development, collaborate with peers across the system, and design initiatives that elevate teaching and learning. You become ambassadors of excellence, leaders who model best practices, who advocate for students, and who inspire others to grow. So today we mark this honor in a special way. Each teacher leader will receive a pin. It's a symbol of your commitment, of your leadership, and your role as ambassadors for excellence in teaching and learning. This pin is more than just a token. It is a badge of honor. It represents the trust we place in you, the impact you've made, and the journey you are embarking on as leaders in DoDEA.
Thank you, Dr. Linton. So I'm going to call your names now of each of our teacher leaders by cohort. And I ask that as you come up to receive your pin, if you'll just step to the side near the flag, we'll do a group picture with Dr. Linton when everyone has received their pin. So we'll start with our 2025 district teacher leaders. Dr. Erica Edwards, America's Mid-Atlantic.
Hello.
Dr. Tracy Stockdale, America's Southeast.
Congratulations.
No problem. Miss Susan Harris Boring, Europe East District. Miss Harris Boring is also the 2025 DoDEA Teacher of the Year. Miss Katie Wilford, Europe South. Miss Molly Miller, Europe West. Mr. Michael Callahan, Pacific South. Mr. Edward Rossi, Pacific West. Dr. Dinesia Jones, DoDEA Virtual High School. And also unable to attend with us today is Miss Barbara Hertz from the Pacific East District. All right, 2026. We will begin with Miss Cecile Velez, America's Mid-Atlantic. Miss Christy Shea, America's Mid-Atlantic. Dr. Sharita Morris, America's Southeast. Miss Heidi Kretz, Europe Central. Miss Catherine Martell, Europe Central. Miss Dana Panchenko, Europe East. Miss Ulrike Chalkley, Europe East. Miss Kelly Svensson, Europe South. Miss Eris Pitts, Europe South. Miss Melissa Yopich, Europe West. Miss Lindsay Pierce, Europe West. Dr. Sammy Feynman, Pacific South. Miss Tulin Harrison, Pacific West. Miss Lorraine Romano, Pacific West. Miss Catherine Interian, DoDEA Virtual High School. And Mr. Brent Cook from Pacific South District. He's not able to join us, but he is on a Teams call behind the crowd over there. So while they take a picture, we'll have another round of applause. Thank you so much. Dr. Linton. Thank you all very much. You may return to your seats. Thank you, teacher leaders. We're excited to begin our new year together, connecting, collaborating, and continuing our shared journey of leadership and impact. It is now my distinct honor to introduce our director, Dr. Beth Chavino-Narvez, who will share her remarks and reflections on teacher leadership as we embark on this important work.
All right, good morning. First of all, you all are way too quiet. Okay, I have told Mr. Fitzhugh and our colleagues at the Pentagon that when our teacher leaders come to the Mark Center, right, the foundation levitates. So, okay. I say you bring the energy and the expertise, so thank you for bringing a little bit. You're all gonna make me seem like a liar, but I am thrilled. Okay, yeah, bring up the volume here. But really, I'm thrilled to see you, and I was whispering in his ear, that's so-and-so, and that's so-and-so, so just so wonderful to see you here. Thanks for making the trip. Let me share a few reflections on teacher leadership with you. So when you step into a classroom, you do more than teach. You build futures. You model excellence. You guide young people at some of the most critical moments in their lives. That's the role of a teacher. But being a teacher leader takes that role one step further. A teacher leader expands their influence. You don't just teach students, you inspire your colleagues. You don't just support your school, you strengthen a community. You don't just prepare students for the next test, you prepare them for the next chapter in their lives. And that's why you're here today. You were chosen to be part of this Teacher Leader Summit because you represent what is best, the best in education. You represent the idea that teaching is not just about what happens in a classroom, it is about that ripple effect that you create. That ripple effect touches our military-connected students, your fellow teachers, and education as a whole. As you know, DoDEA has a vision for our future laid out in the blueprint for continuous improvement. I like all the nods. Everybody knows the blueprint, right? It is more than just a document. It is a commitment. And you live that commitment every single day. When you strengthen student excellence, you prepare military-connected students to thrive no matter where life takes them. When you empower educators, you share your knowledge, you mentor others, and you lift the profession as a whole. When you promote partnerships, you remind us that schools do not exist in isolation. They are part of a larger fabric of families and communities. When you pursue organizational excellence, you show that growth is not optional, it is essential. You are the people who take the blueprint off the page and bring it to life. And that's what makes you leaders. Is it okay if I go off script for a minute and tell you my teacher leadership stories? Okay. So just a couple for you. So I don't even want to tell you how long ago. I can't believe how fast time flies, but like 20 years ago, I was a new principal, brand new principal. Right? And I showed up to my school. It was the summertime, right? Nobody's around, right? I pretty much got the key to my building, right? I got the job and they're like, here's the key, good luck. And I'm sitting there by myself saying, I fooled them all. What do I do now? And luckily, I looked around my school and saw the amazing talent that existed in the teachers in that school. And I was greatly relieved because I thought, I don't have to do this alone. I relied on those teacher leaders so extensively to help me run that school. And so just from my first leadership opportunity in education, I have valued so much what you can bring to the life of a school. So then fast forward, almost 20 years, about 15 years, right? My first time at headquarters here, April 2020. And every time I go into a new leadership position, I write an entry plan, right? I always say it's hard to recover from a poor entry. So I plot out, how do I want to spend my first 100 days? What do I hope to accomplish? And gosh, when I came in April 2020, I inherited this incredible body of work, right? It had been 6, 7 years of CCRS at that time. So I go, what's next? Like, what's left to do? Right, what do we do now? But I said, we had 3 really important things to do, and we had 3 groups of people that were really important to taking the work to the next level. So I said the 3 important things we had to do was focus on implementation, right? We had to be sure that we could guarantee no matter what classroom students found themselves in, that they were held to those same high standards, right, across our geographically dispersed system. So implementation. We needed to focus on impact, right? We don't accept from you teachers when you say, I taught it, right? We want to make sure kids learn. And so we needed to assess our impact. It wasn't enough for us to say, hey, we have materials, we have professional learning, right? Are we having the impact on student learning? And we needed to focus on innovation, right? Spreading new work, learning from each other, scaling that innovation. So implementation, impact, innovation. I was like, well, who's going to do that work, right? And I saw it in 3 bodies of people. First, the CILS, the Centers for Instructional Leadership. You know that's my DoDEA story, why I came as a public school superintendent to DoDEA, right? Because I so believe that leadership matters, and DoDEA was investing in leadership. So I thought the CILS had a main role. Our ISSs, clearly, had another really important role. We know the power of instructional coaching. But the 3rd group was you, our teacher leaders. You're already an army of innovators within our midst. And that has come to be true, right? My premonition 5 years ago that we needed to focus on those 3 things and enable these 3 groups of people have come to pass. And Susan Harris-Boring is the perfect example, our 2025 DoDEA Teacher of the Year. You know she wrote there you go, little noise. You know she helped us to write the Future Ready Learner framework for all of DoDEA. So that was teacher leadership, that was innovation in action. So those are kind of my personal reflections on how much teacher leaders have meant to me in my career. So I can't thank you enough for all that you do. And when we think about teacher leadership, we think about dedication, service, and the ability to transform lives. And today, we have the honor of recognizing you, our teachers who embody all of these qualities, our 2026 DoDEA Teachers of the Year. So give everyone a round of applause. So now I get to introduce somebody who has been an incredible supporter of DoDEA. I think sometimes people ask me, what do you do as the director? How do you spend your time? And part of my time, I work with our leaders at the Pentagon, and we are so blessed to have incredible support from our leaders there. And Mr. Fitzhugh just is the perfect example of being there, just literally a phone call away to provide us whatever we need. So let me do a formal introduction. It's my pleasure to welcome Mr. Bill Fitzhugh. He is performing the duties of Assistant Secretary of War for Manpower and Reserve Affairs, and he will present the District Teacher of the Year Awards. We gave you a good part, Bill. So Mr. Fitzhugh advises the Secretary and the Undersecretary of War on personnel and readiness, overseeing military and civilian personnel policy, reserve integration, family support, and total force planning. He also, right, if that's not enough, right? He also provides oversight to us, to DoDEA, and the Defense Commissary Agency. What a portfolio. Mr. Fitzhugh previously served as Director of Officer and Enlisted Personnel Management, leading policy development and oversight across the military departments and joint staff to support the all-volunteer force. A U.S. Army veteran, Mr. Fitzhugh began his service in 1988 as an infantryman, later commissioning as an armor officer and transitioning to force management. His 23-year career included assignments with the 4th Infantry Division, 101st Airborne, 3rd and 24th Infantry Divisions, and 1st Armored Division, among others. He holds an MBA from George Mason University and a BA from Penn State University, also my college. We are honored to have him here today. Mr. Fitzhugh. Okay. And we're going to do the awards first, right? Okay, so we're going to do the awards first and then.
I will now announce our 2026 District Teachers of the Year. We ask that each of you come up to receive your award. You will then have a photo with the senior leaders, so we're just going to take our time, go through and honor each person individually. We'll start with Ms. Cecile Velez, 2026 America's Mid-Atlantic District Teacher of the Year.
All right. One are in between us. Congratulations. This is heavy. So why don't you come in the middle? Yeah, we're going to give you that heavy award.
Thank you.
Perfect.
All right. Congratulations. Congratulations.
All right, Dr. Sharita Morris, 2026 America's Southeast District Teacher of the Year.
Beautiful. Thank you.
All right. Congratulations.
Ms. Heidi Kretz, 2026 Europe Central District Teacher of the Year.
Perfect.
All right. Okay, you're welcome.
Ms. Dana Panchenko, 2026 Europe East District Teacher of the Year.
Dina, congratulations. Thank you so much. Come on in the middle.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Ms. Kelly Svensson, 2026 Europe South District Teacher of the Year.
Congratulations. There you go. Come on here.
Congratulations.
Okay. Great.
Ms. Melissa Yopich, 2026 Europe West District Teacher of the Year.
Congratulations. Here you go. Come on here.
Ms. Lauren Rosa, 2026 Pacific East District Teacher of the Year. We want to honor her, but she was not able to be with us today. Mr. Brent Cook, Pacific South, 2026 District Teacher of the Year. He's on Teams over here if you want to hear from him. This is what it looks like when you're spread across the globe.
That's right. That's right.
Ms. Tulin Harrison, 2026 Pacific West DoDEA District Teacher of the Year.
Okay. All right. Pac West, how are you? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Perfect.
Congratulations.
Ms. Catherine Interian, 2026 DoDEA Virtual High School Teacher of the Year. You can see her leaders are in the house. You wanna-
You have a fan club. Congratulations.
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 Now, before we move forward, we have one more very special moment to share, one that celebrates the pinnacle of teacher leadership and excellence across DoDEA. Each year, one educator is selected to represent the very best of our system, someone whose impact reaches far beyond their classroom, whose leadership inspires peers, and whose dedication to students sets a powerful example for us all. And while we've been celebrating all of the incredible educators today, one name has been kept under wraps. You can see it hiding under the black napkin there. Until now. I hope there was no peeking. To reveal this year's DoDEA Teacher of the Year, our director, Dr. Beth Chavino-Narvez, will share this exciting announcement. I think we have a video. Actually, as I was, you can start. Lead it. You're gonna lead us into the video, ma'am.
He is the boss of me today.
Never.
Okay. All right. So each year, DoDEA selects one teacher to represent the very best of our profession. This honor is not just about excellence in instruction, it's about the kind of leadership that transforms students, strengthens communities, and advances our mission. This year's honoree exemplifies those qualities in every way. Their work reflects a deep commitment to students, a passion for service, and a relentless pursuit of excellence. These are very true about this colleague. Whether in the classroom, in the community, or through innovative programs, this educator has consistently gone above and beyond to make a difference. Their story is one of mentorship, achievement, and connection, building bridges across cultures, empowering students to lead, and creating opportunities for growth and service. So here it is. It is our honor to announce that Sergeant Major Brent Cook has been named the 2026 DoDEA Teacher of the Year. Yep. Yep. So you see the Sergeant Major couldn't be with us, but we were able to surprise him last week. And so we want to share the video from when we surprised him with this announcement. And I also want to say, I think he is our very first JROTC instructor to win the DoDEA Teacher of the Year Award. I'm good.
What stood out to me that truly defines your leadership is, of course, the impact that you have on students. You teach them what it means to stand up, to step forward, and most importantly, to lead. And for these reasons, and for so many others, I'm really pleased to tell you, Mr. Cook, that not only are you the Pacific South Teacher of the Year, you are the 2026 DoDEA Teacher of the Year. Congratulations.
Just wanted to say, first and foremost, he is a leader who leads with integrity, he leads with humility, and he leads with a student focus. We're just so proud of you. And we are so proud that the DoDEA Teacher of the Year is from Kubasaki High School and from the Pacific South.
This is not about me. This is about my family, about the leadership, and mainly about my fellow colleagues, but mainly it's about you students representing this community, making me do what I do, motivating me to come to work every day and do what I do. I could not do it without the energy that you guys provide me. So thank you very much.
Sergeant Major. Step in the spotlight, sir. Yay! Yes!
Yeah. So let me tell you just a little bit more about Sergeant Major Cook, and we got him. We surprised him. You see what we did? He was in his office, and we tricked him. We said, oh, we just need to tell you, how the Teacher Leader Summit's going to run. So, meet with Shannon, and then, the director is going to come in and talk with you. And he didn't know that we were playing it on the screen in front of the whole auditorium full of students. So then we took him down, and he was celebrated by the whole Kubasaki High School, all the students and faculty. So we're so sad he couldn't be with us, but we tried to do right by him and celebrate him in a really impactful way at Kubasaki. So let me tell you a little bit more about this amazing teacher. Of course, now he teaches the Marine Corps JR OTC at Kubasaki High School in Okinawa, Japan, and he has built a program that truly inspires leadership, discipline, and service. From national championships, his team has won national championships, to community outreach. His work has left a lasting impact on students in the broader community. And his story reminds us of the power of teacher leadership and the difference just one educator can make. As we celebrate Mr. Cook, we also celebrate each of you. Your leadership, your dedication, and your belief in students are what makes DoDEA strong. And now it's my pleasure to invite Mr. Fitzhugh to share a few words with us. Mr. Fitzhugh, the mic is yours.
Thank you. Well, they've got everything prepared for me up here. So thank you. It's such an honor to be here. And I want to start out with, I'm going to go off script. I'm going to follow Dr. Narvis's lead. She kept asking me, are you sure you're able to make it? I'm like, yes, I want to be there. This is very important to me because there's a teacher in my life who made an impact, Mr. Kelly Moorhan. And throughout my life, I've reached back on lessons he taught me that have guided me in my professional life. So I just want to mention him today because of the impact he had on me. And I got the opportunity to bump into him when I was on vacation and had dinner with him and his family, with my family. It was important. So I just want to bring that forward as we start to talk about recognizing extraordinary educators across DoDEA. It reminds us that teaching is more than a profession. It's a calling. You make a difference in people's lives, not just today, but throughout the rest of their lives. They will reach back and feel the impact you had in the future. So just think about that for a moment, of the impact you have for the next 60 to 80 years of that person's life. So thank you. Readiness is about training, equipment, strategy, but it's also about people. When service members deploy or move from base to base, they want to know, are my children okay? Are they in good hands? Are they being taught the lessons they need to be successful in life? You give the military a peace of mind. They know at home that it's safe, that you've got their back. You provide stability and encouragement and opportunity for their kids to thrive. And that's why today matters. We have to recognize those people behind the scenes that make things happen for everybody else. And so I just want to give you a round of applause. Give each other a round of applause. And Dr. Narvaez was talking about, so many teachers embody excellence. But the Sergeant Major is a great example of that excellence. But it's not just one person. Dr. Narvaez would like to give that award to many people, but you have to pick one person. And that one person represents what you all represent and what you mean in the lives of those children that you teach each and every day. And so what I just want to leave you with is Kelly Moorhan was my teacher that stands out in my mind. You stand out in the lives of so many children and that you will be there for the rest of their lives. So thank you for everything that you do, and thank you for making our children better going forward. And I look out in the room and I see a bunch of Kelly Moore hands. So thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Mr. Fitzhugh. As we bring this year's award ceremony to a close, we want to just take a moment to reflect on the incredible energy, because you guys really you raised the roof, insight and inspiration shared throughout our time together. This morning is a celebration of what it means to lead with purpose, of educators who challenge, uplift, and transform. Whether through classroom innovation, mentorship, or community engagement, each of you has demonstrated the power of teacher leadership to shape futures and strengthen our schools. Before we part ways, we would like to express our deepest gratitude to our distinguished visitor, Mr. Fitzhugh, who has joined us today in honoring and elevating teacher leaders across DoDEA. As a token of our appreciation and a symbol of the leadership that we all strive to embody, we are pleased to present you with your own official teacher leadership pin. Welcome to the club, sir. May this pin, for all of you, serve as a reminder of the impact educators make every day and of the shared commitment that we hold to excellence and service. Thank you for your presence, your partnership, and your continued support of DoDEA's mission. This concludes our ceremony today. So let's have one last round of applause, please, for our teacher leaders.